If I wanted a woman to show up authentically herself online and attract her people and magnetize them towards her, this is exactly what I'd be telling her. Number one is teach her to identify where she's hiding. Now, this is such a big problem that I see so many people have. The reason why I do the work that I do is because I'm a projector in human design. Those of you who know, as a projector, I'm here to guide people, and I can see clearly a specific set of things in those individuals that they cannot see. Now, my gift specifically is the subconscious, right? So I can see your subconscious blocks. I can see all of my clients' subconscious blocks from before they even sit down with me sometimes, right? I can just pass you energetically, and my field, my aura will literally be scanning your subconscious and be like, oh my God, these are the blocks. These are issues. And that is literally the way that I can identify what you're struggling with, what your main issue is. Even if in your conscious mind, you're like, oh, maybe it's because of this, and this. And I'm like sitting there, no, there's something else in your subconscious. This is what we need to do. This is how we clear it. So if I wanted you, if you're a feminine watching this, you're a spiritual being, you're thinking about creating, or you've already started your creator journey, and I want you to deepen the way that you're showing up online, right? I want you to be more of yourself, more of your unfiltered fucking version of you. This is literally what I'm doing in Unfiltered, you guys. The link is below. You can join. I'm starting September 1st. I was going to say October 1st. Maybe we're going to be channeling that for October 1st, but September 1st is the start date that I've put down, unless that changes. But number one, teaching you to identify where you've been hiding. Now, it doesn't mean that you need my eyes on you. There's a process that I will guide you through on like identifying where you're hiding. And it's basically your discomfort. It's basically all the areas where you feel like, I don't want to do that, or, oh, that feels uncomfortable, or this feels scary, or your mind is making excuses for the very thing that you need to go and do. And I've heard this so many times before as well, where they'll say, the very thing that you're fearing is the very thing that you need to do, right? So for me, it was like for a long time, I was like, I put myself out there and then I'd take myself away. I'd put myself on TikTok, I'd grow my account to like 10,000 and I'd be like, nah, I'm done. And I'd hide. So the very thing that I needed to do was show up online all the time, show up with my authentic voice, show up with my wisdom, because that's the very thing that brings me so much joy, brings me so much passion. And helping other people is like the key part of this as well. Like the only way I can serve and help my people is by me sharing my thoughts, my wisdom, my authentic self as well. So the first thing, if I wanted any woman who comes up to me now and they're like, I want to step into my authentic self, Janie, how do I show up online authentically? And how do I attract my people? This is literally the 3 steps that I would give them, right? Number one, the first thing that I'd ask them to focus on is identify where you're hiding and then start doing those things that you are actually hiding from, okay? That is key. So another example that I can give you is like my thing was obviously hiding online. The second thing that I did was obviously I was hiding my truth by filtering down and watering down my message. I've done another video, which you can go and check up, literally up here, on why you need to just stop watering down your message and how it's literally downplaying your gifts and it's doing a disservice to you if you're a spiritual being on how you're serving your people, okay? The second thing that I'd get you to do is allow you to have the space and allow her to have the space to practice her raw expression, because we live in a society where the majority of us don't get to express our raw fucking truth. Now, I am very, very good at being able to cultivate and hold those spaces for my women who come into my work, right? So by me being my authentic self, by me fucking voicing my truth the way that it comes out my mouth, I also allow those women who come into my world to also do the same. Now, that is power. So when I set these containers, when I do the work, say in Unfiltered, the clients who come in there will have that container, that space, those calls that we get on to express their raw, authentic truth without fear, without shame, without judgment, without ridicule. And at the same time, me giving her that space, I'll also be giving her feedback on the potential judgments that could come her way and how she can navigate it. So it's kind of like when you I'm getting like the vision of like chuck a ball at a cricket bat and then you swing the cricket bat, right? Where you're just like whack, whack, whack. You're like, you're not getting hit by the ball because you know how to defend, right? You know how to defend yourself. So the same thing with, we have to allow ourselves to be expressed authentically, but then we also have to know the tools of how to deflect and protect ourselves and defend ourselves energetically from anything that comes and tries to take away from that, okay? Because it's so easy for us to be our authentic selves, and then somebody will just say one thing, and that's all it takes for you to fucking put a shell over it and be like, oh, I'm not going to voice my truth now because so-and-so rejected me, or so-and-so sent a hate comment, or whatever the thing. When you come online, we live in a world of like, you don't know who's lurking, and someone who's not in your zone, not in your energy field, not a match to your energy frequency, and not even part of your audience, who will just turn up and show you like a mirror of like the triggers that where you can be triggered, and your job is to not be triggered by it. And the way that we do that is literally by protecting the energetic spaces. So again, allowing that woman space to do all of this is literally the work that I do in my containers. And this is literally what I tell her to do as well, is to give that space to herself to practice that raw expression, but also start to implement ways that she can protect that energy and defend that energy if she needs to when it comes up as a test or a trigger, okay? The third thing that I would tell her to do is to align her messaging with her unique soul's voice and energy rather than trends. I am someone who has never, ever, ever done trends. Even on TikTok, I would see it. The moment I started growing my account, and I grew from 0 to 10,000 on TikTok in literally the space of like 4 to 5, 6 months, because I didn't follow trends. I literally did me, and I did my authentic self. I wasn't even planning on growing that account. I literally went on there for fun, and I was like, this is so fucking fun, because I was the unfiltered version of me. And that's the same thing that I'm now bringing to this YouTube channel, where I've recognized, oh my God, there was so much noise around the YouTube platform itself. And I'd studied so much on YouTube that I was like, nah, this is actually deterring from my authentic voice, and I need to stop doing it. So now I'm bringing to you the same authentic voice that I share with on my TikTok here on YouTube, because that's what works for me best, right? It magnetizes the right people to me, and it also gets rid of the people who are not meant for me, the people who don't like the message, who don't like this authentic expression of me. They're not in my energy field for a reason, right? They still have their work to do, and maybe they're not cut from my soul family, and that's okay. So the other last thing that I would tell this woman as well, who before she's coming online to show up in her authentic self, is you've got to be okay with letting people go, because not everybody is meant for you. And the more you can get comfortable with that, the less you start chasing trends and followers and subscribers, and the more you start to chase your vision, your impact, who you're here to serve, and how you are showing up to serve them. And that's like been such a pivotal fucking thing for me. So those of you who liked this video, give it a like, subscribe if you're new here, and come and join Unfiltered if this resonated for you, because Unfiltered is where I'm giving you all of these things, and this container where I'm taking you through this step by step to unfucking filter and unlock your blueprint and your soul's authentic voice together, so that you can show up in your most authentic space, like without wasting a couple of years like I did, because you've got all the tools and the wisdom. And I'll catch you in the next video.